Hello and welcome. So what I'm talking about today is something I hear time and time again. Why is it never enough? Why was I never good enough? No matter what I did for my narcissist, it was never enough, okay? So why is it never enough for a narcissist? And basically, it's because narcissists have an insatiable appetite for fuel. So no matter what you do for them, it will never, ever be enough. And when that starts to happen, they become angry and disappointed that you're not living up to their ridiculous and totally unattainable standards, okay? So you can try everything, but it'll be a waste of time. So that's basically why they start devaluing you. And they will criticize absolutely every single thing about you that they possibly can. So you don't dress properly, your hair's wrong, your makeup's wrong, they don't like that perfume, your jewellery is tacky, even if it isn't. And even if, for example, you wear something beautiful that they gave you as a gift back in the golden days, they'll tell you that it was a mistake to ever buy you that because you don't deserve it, or you don't look good in it, or some other derogatory comment that's meant to demean and hurt you. They'll go on and criticise your household skills, or your housekeeping skills, your cooking, your parenting skills, your social skills, and they'll basically make you feel lacking in every department. They'll even criticise you as a lover and then withdraw sex and attention from you. You can basically never do right anymore. And you can drive yourself completely nuts trying to anticipate their moods, but no matter what you do or say or try, it will simply never be enough because you simply cannot win with a narcissist. Now, this is why you basically need to wake up to this harsh but true reality and get out of the relationship. You need to realise that you are enough, that they are the ones who are totally screwed up, and they will never, ever stop trying to hurt you. So there are basically 3 things that you must do if you're going to get out and start living your life again. So firstly, you can begin to start recovering from narcissistic abuse by learning the truth of what the narcissist really is and knowing that you're in no way to blame. And I know I've said this many times before, I've posted about it and videoed about it, but if you're still in a relationship with a narcissist and you're still telling yourself this type of bullshit, you need to wake up. You need to know that you are not to blame. You need to know that you could not have been nicer or better or yada yada, because for a narcissist, I will reiterate the point, nothing is ever enough. No matter what you do, how hard you try, how much you compromise, it's just never, ever enough. Okay? So stop right now thinking that it's your fault, or you're the one to blame, or you're not enough. Because trust me on this, and I know it's not, and you're not. It's not your fault, and you're not to blame. So secondly, if you want to get out of the relationship, is to plan your exit strategy and do this in the utmost secrecy and get out, because your very sanity depends on it. You will never, ever be happy in a relationship with a narcissist, and staying with one will gradually eat away at your soul and lead to a host of emotional and physical problems, and it will leave you a shadow of your former self. So you owe it to yourself to get out. So start planning and do whatever it takes to get the heck out of this relationship. And also you need to remember that even when you leave, or when they leave you, they still want to hurt you, because it wasn't enough that they demeaned and devalued you during the relationship and possibly discarded you. If you haven't left them, they may also discard and leave you. But it's not enough. It's still not enough, because they want to hurt you. They want to keep on hurting you. And that's why those who know better always advise you to go no contact. This is the only way you can hurt them and start making your life normal again. So thirdly, and we've just mentioned it, but we'll talk again about no contact. I refer to it as the holy grail of revenge on a narcissist. Excuse me, because it is. When you leave a narcissist, or even if they discard you, it's absolutely essential that you go no contact or low contact if you have children or other issues that means you have to keep some contact. But no contact, if you can do it, means just that. You basically sever all ties with them, and anyone who doesn't know the truth of how he or she really is and how they're treating you. Those could be potential allies, or flying monkeys as we call them, of your narcissist. You want to cut them out as well, okay? So cut all ties. Block, delete, check your social media security options. Make sure you've got them all set to give you the maximum amount of privacy that you need. Excuse me, sorry. And don't let anyone into your life or your world who you don't trust implicitly, okay? Learn as much as you can, as quickly as you can, and the scales will start falling from your eyes. It's the narcissist's fault. And if he or she, could be either or, are already with their next victim, it won't be long before you'll start to feel sorry for the next victim, because he's going to put them through the same hell as he's put you through. Because their next victim will never be enough either. No one will ever be. So please take my advice and take these steps and start focusing on self-care and self-love. And consider yourself lucky that this person is out of your life for the moment, but also be warned. As I've said, this is not necessarily the end, because not only will they continue trying to hurt you if they can, via smear campaigns, they're also known for hoovering. So they'll try to get you back at some time, at some point in the future, okay? And you really need to be prepared for that. You need to be prepared so that your defences are strong. So that's also why no contact is important, so that they have as little possible opportunity for contacting you as possible, okay? So, but there are still ways around it. If they know where you live, for example, which usually they will, unless you've moved to an unknown address, there's nothing to stop them from turning up at your doorstep. You have to be prepared for that. You have to have a plan in your head. What are you going to do? If you know that it's them at the door, you're not going to answer the door. If they don't go away, you threaten to call the police on them. You have to take decisive action to protect yourself, okay? And do not fall for all the schmaltz and the schmooze that they will give you if they're trying to hoover you back in, okay? You just need to be prepared for that, and don't fall for any of the crap, okay? Now, they do all these awful things because it's just how they are wired. Narcissist brains are just wired differently from other people. mental illness. I've said it many times, but they know what they are doing. They are willful and strategic and cunning and clever with what they do. So they don't deserve any of your sympathy, okay? They don't. The other thing, of course, is that they also choose you because of your good qualities. They are notoriously good at targeting highly sensitive people, HSPs, or empaths, because they know that they can use those good qualities against you. They're very, very adept at spotting your vulnerabilities. So if you're an empath or an HSP, you have to work even harder to shore up your defences, because typically you feel other people's pain and you want to help other people. And I know how that feels because I'm also an empath, but I have worked over the many, many years at building my defences. So I'm in a very lucky position that I can be I can be very, very empathetic with people. I can feel their pain, but I don't get sucked into it. I also have a very, very healthy sense of boundaries and self-preservation that's fierce, actually. I'm a bit of a fearsome warrioress in that way. And you need to become one too. So that's something that's more difficult if you're a sensitive or an empath. But you have to understand the difference. It doesn't mean that you need to become hard or cold or unemotional or unkind or uncompassionate or any of those things. You don't. You can still retain all those good qualities that you have, but you also learn to put, let's call it, for want of a better phrase, you want to put a very, very good bullshit detector up in front of that before you start trusting people and, letting them in. Okay, so I hope you found those little tips useful. The most important thing, and I often say it, is to please believe that you can reclaim your self-worth and get you back, because you can. But you have to start taking the action to find yourself again, okay? You're the one who has to make the decision. You're the one who has to take the action and carry these steps out and get yourself out, get yourself back to freedom and start healing and living your life for yourself again. Okay? So thank you again for watching. My name's Maria McMahon and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.